Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everyone? I go by RB, and this is Philly Take with RB. Now, if you are an Eagles fan out there and you are excited that draft week is finally upon us, I'm going to need you to go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to stay updated on some great Philly content, go ahead and hit that subscribe, man. So we are just 4 days away from the draft. 4 simple days, and honestly, there is not much to talk about. We're honestly just waiting on the anticipation of what is going to happen on Thursday night. Will the Eagles trade up? Will they trade back? Will they stay? Who will fall to the Eagles? All of that good stuff. So there's not much to talk about. I didn't plan on really making a video today, but something has been on my mind since last night. This was brought to me via Twitter, brought to my attention at least. And, I went back and watched the interview, and I want to get your guys' opinion on this. So, if you aren't aware, there is a podcast called Inside the Birds Podcast, hosted by Adam Caplan and Geoff Mosher. They do great work covering the NFL. I know Mosher does a lot of Philly stuff, so I've watched some of his stuff before. I really appreciate him, and I thought they did a great job. So, they interviewed Denzel Mims. Denzel Mims, wide receiver from Baylor, is projected to go, late first round, early second. A lot of people like this guy and have mocked him to the Philadelphia Eagles. And, I like him too on film. I think he would be a great asset to a team. I think, if he lives up to his potential, he's going to be a very solid player. So they went and did this interview about, I'd say a week and a half ago, I think it was. So I was on Twitter last night just doing my thing, and a part of this interview was spreading around, and I saw a lot of Eagles fans commenting negative things about Denzel Mims. I didn't know what was really going on, so I went and watched the interview, and specifically, one part of this video has really caught the eye of Eagles fans. I'm actually going to play the video, the part of the video right now, so you guys can hear what Denzel Mims had to say about his visit to Philadelphia last year.
Let's talk about Philadelphia a little bit, Denzel, because Adam and I, we cover the entire league, but this is the Inside the Birds show, Inside the Birds TV, and we do focus on the Philadelphia Eagles a lot. How much do you, this is a team that obviously is looking into all the wide receivers. How much do you know about Philadelphia, the city, the coaching staff, the personnel, anything you can tell us about Philadelphia and what you know and what you've heard, and have you ever even been there?
I've been in Philadelphia one time, and it was last summer before the season. I went up there. And I went with a couple teammates and my head coach. We went up there, and we just spent a lot of time together. And the experience I had, I was very scared. I wasn't familiar with the whole city, and it was a lot going on. You see a lot of people that look scary. And so, I'm not part of that. I don't like that. So, I had a bad experience, you could say, from going up there that first time. But, I feel like if I go there more and I just get familiar with it, I have a great time.
So, I'm going to link that whole video in the description if you want to go ahead and check out the entire interview. Now, what I will say off the bat is Denzel Mims did say positive things about Philadelphia. He did go on to say that if he took more trips to Philly, things would probably be better. He said he likes the Eagles. He said, the coaching staff resembles what he had at Baylor. What I want to focus on is obviously what he said. Last year he took a trip with Coach Matt Rule, who was the coach at Baylor. He had also coached at Temple, and he's now actually the coach of the Carolina Panthers. He was recently hired. But Denzel Mims said when he went to Philadelphia that, the city was scary to him. He said people looked scary. Now, I know a lot of Eagles fans, as I mentioned on Twitter, were, kind of going at this kid, saying, what are you talking about? They said he reminded them of Nelson Aguilar. He said, we don't want this kid here. Me personally, first off, I just want to relay this to you and show you guys, and I want to get your opinions in the comments down below. Me personally, I'm not going to be one of the people that go all the way extensively saying, we can't have this kid here in Philly. He's undoubtedly, just not made for the city. We cannot select him now. I'm not going to be that person. But what I will say is that, for one, I know this is going to raise some eyebrows. In the Eagles organization, if they see this interview. Look at Caplan when Denzel Mims said that. He had to take a double take on that. He was like, what? I mean, I had to do the same thing. I went back and watched this part about 4 or 5 times to make sure I heard, what he was saying correctly. I know people of Philadelphia are not going to take lightly to this because how we embrace our players, how we show them love, it's meant to be a good thing. But when you say that, people looked scary and stuff, what are you going to do in a couple months when you're in a big time situation? Are the people going to look scary in the stands? Like, what if you're walking around Philly during the week, when you don't have practice or something? Are the people going to be scary to you? Again, I'm not going to go overboard all the way and say that, I don't want this kid completely. But what I will tell you is that it is a weird thing to say, especially a week or a week and a half before the draft. Like, I'm sure he knows that Mosher and Caplan have covered things for Philly, and I'm sure he knows that the podcast is an Eagles podcast. And if a team has highly, viewed you as a potential draft pick in the first round, and you want to be a part of that franchise and kind of hopefully start your legacy with that franchise going forward for the next 5-10 years, I just think that is a weird thing to say. It certainly raises some eyebrows, and I'm sure some people will be opposed and turned off because of what Denzel Mims said. Again, I'm not really trying to, get too far into my opinion on this. I just want to know what you guys think. So go ahead and comment down below. Do you think the Eagles should still target a guy like Denzel Mims? Do you think his character is made for Philadelphia? Do you think this is no big deal? I just want to know what you guys think. I want to see where people are at on this Eagles Nation. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.